They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time.
What time is it? Showtime prime time.
It's XL Prime Time, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
I'm not running over the Barnett Tower and heaving myself off it.
And Leon Searcy.
Now, you come across that middle, you have some meat on your bone.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Well, I'll tell you what. TPC Sawgrass, the stadium course, they are singing it right now. How do you like me now? It is gorgeous out here today. A little cooler weather, which you'll happily take because the sun is shining up above. No threat of rain and a Friday at the Players, an annual tradition for many. And then the other ones that come in and soak it up, they absolutely love it. So welcome in to XL Primetime Florida Home AC Friday, and also your last chance for that Ultra hookup with Michelob Ultra and Cutwater Spirits a little bit later on today, where we'll give you a chance to win tickets on the deck over the weekend. So be sticking around for that. Of course, we're going to be talking about the players. We're going to be talking about what Jimmy Gladstone had to say yesterday about the acquisitions that they made or re-up guys and the BTJ conversation, all sorts of different things to get into that we will as we go along today. But Matt, they got a bunch of golf in yesterday, okay? And it was down to the last little bit of darkness, ultimately getting as close to back on schedule as you possibly could. Right. Only a few cats needed to finish their rounds earlier today, and then boom, right back at it, and they're throwing darts again. Corey Connors, who I saw earlier, just going off, bro.
So is Xander's 4 under today. Corey's 5 under. Keith Mitchell's 4 under. They are throwing darts. Jordan Spieth, who JJ's been making fun of all week.
I saw him at 17 and 18. Hey, at 17 and 18,
like 3 in a row right now.
Yeah, and I don't know, JJ
still won't win, still won't do anything. So it's fine.
Right. But he's so ruthless. But anyway,
I was just saying, I thought this guy. We all remember when he was going to be the guy. I thought by now he'd have like 10 majors.
Right. Yeah. 2015 was he made the golfing world step up and stop anything else they were doing to watch him. And he was in a position going for the slam, all this kind of stuff. And you're right. And I swear to you, I believe this. It can get in your head. He had the lead. This was probably, I'd have to go back and look, but I want to say this was probably 16, maybe even 17 at Augusta.
Danny Willett.
He had the lead by 4 shots, makes the turn.
Yeah.
It's 2 in the drink at Amen Corner. And honestly, he hasn't been the same. It happens just like that.
Yep. I mean, the numbers here are gonna like skyrocket as the thing heats up, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be the second round of guys going in, including guys like Victor Hovland, guys like Matsuyama, guys like Tommy Fleetwood. They're really going to take advantage of this course because the wind isn't nearly as windy as it was this morning.
No, you're right.
It's definitely gone down, and it's prime playing conditions right now. The cold's kind of gone. It's about 68. It's probably going to be a high of 72. You could not ask for better conditions to play here.
Yeah. And so it definitely has been a treat. There ain't no doubt about it as far as seeing what they can do. The way they do attack this golf course, they know precision-wise they have to be on their game. They can't drive it offline. They need to make sure that they are aware of where the pins are. But just going back to Jordan Spieth, at 17 and 18, got a back left pin and a back right pin. I'm pretty sure those were the two. Anyway, I saw him come through 17. He throws it right to the back of the green, made it look easy. And then his second shot I saw on social media into 18, like, bro, he is dialed in right now. There are only so many that are dialed in like that. And another one of our cats coming up, he's always dialed in. So let's just talk a little bit more about what we think can happen on a beautiful Friday. Moving day will come tomorrow as far as the guys that they think can set up maybe for a run on Sunday. You have some unfamiliar names, which we will get to, and then obviously the big names that Matt just showcased. But let's get into Jimmy Gladstone's coming up here in just a second because he did speak yesterday. It's not like he said a whole hell of a lot.
No.
But he kind of cleared the air on a couple of things, which I did like.
At least gave a little and kind of gave a little pathway about what their thought process is, which is very good.
Yeah, so we will get into it. Don't forget, you can come on by Trucks on 10. We are just outside of the setup where all the local food trucks are set up, and our Michelob Ultra folks have their rollaway truck. They're serving some cold cold Michelob Ultras on a beautiful Friday, and then Cutwater Spirits, they're sampling, and they got their rooftop bar, so make sure you drop on by. Matter of fact, JJ, let's do it one more time right now. We may give you one more extra chance, but 641-1010. Give JJ a shout, and we'll see if we can hook you up with those deck tickets, the Michelob Ultra deck tickets for the weekend.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Feel the weight of tradition in every swing. 1010XL is your radio home for the Players' Championship with live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates. Teed up by Julington Creek Pest Control,
Jack's Outdoor Solutions,
and Firehouse Suds. The Players' Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard update.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This report is brought to you by Capital Glass and Shower Doors, Lucas Tree Service, and by Michelob Ultra. That's my wife's favorite. Here's our leaderboard update. Sepp Straka and Corey Connors still on top, tied at 8 under. Xander Schauffele just a shot back at 7 under. Jordan Spieth on the move, 5 under today, now 4 under for the tournament. Current cut line is now at 1 over par. If you're on the way out, Akshay Bhatia, Brooks Koepka, Tony Finau going off at 118. Scotty Scheffler, Tommy Fleetwood, and Justin Thomas scheduled to go off shortly thereafter, 142. Both threesomes going off on the front side. As mentioned, the weather's absolutely stellar. Have a little patience on your drive out. You'll have a great time today during the second round, Friday the 13th. At the Players' Championship. You'll hear complete radio coverage all weekend long here on 1010XL, Jacksonville's Sports Radio. Now let's head back out to the Stadium Club for XL Primetime with Joe, Matt, and Leon.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
Tom McManus buckles his chin strap as he joins Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl.
I just love a man in uniform.
Helmets and heels. Afternoons 2 to 4. Served by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Julington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
This is Frank Frangie for the farm in Okefenokee. Can you imagine owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Imagine enjoying fresh produce from the garden, fruit from the orchard, meats from the smokehouse. Every meal is a true farm-to-table experience all year long. Belong to a place where your family can choose nature over screens, spending their days feeding animals, picking berries, and fishing in the farm's pond. Learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
What if the next roof you put on your home was the last one? Not another replacement in 15 or 20 years, the last roof. Metlock Roofing is Florida's only manufacturer and installer of this exclusive roofing system. Engineered for strength, built for Florida weather, backed by a lifetime warranty. Imagine never needing another roof. Call 938-9933 or visit metlokroofing.com. Get your last roof today with Metlock. License number CCC 1335581.
Rotator cuff injuries are common among athletes and those who have physically demanding careers. Don't let this injury keep you away from the sport you love. Dr. George Barry here, and the first thing you need to do with a serious shoulder injury is to diagnose where the damage is and how significant it is. Rotator cuff tears are either acute tears sustained during an injury or accident, or degenerative tears. If you're interested in learning more about rotator cuff repair and how our expert team of orthopedic surgeons can help you, call Barry Orthopedics today or visit barryorthopedics.com.
Jacksonville is the flip side of Florida. And inside the flip side, the action never stops. If you're tired of hearing about the best games after the final whistle, don't get left on the sidelines. Whether it's a unique sporting event you've never seen, a weekend with the family, or a winning date night, Visit Jacksonville is your ultimate playbook. Get in the game. Head to visitjacksonville.com/locals or download the Visit Jacks app today and see everything coming in 2026. Jacksonville. Experience the flip side.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Keep you in a good mood, JJ. Keep that music going, man. JJville, he's fired up and ready to go on a beautiful Friday. He is holding things down at the HQ. We are out here just outside of Trucks on 10. Watch Jason Day. Just as I was about to walk up to join Jaguars today, me and Matt were kind of walking up at the same time. Jason Day, Corey Connors, and that group was teeing off at number 10. And you just get fired up when you see these guys make these runs up the leaderboard. And we'll see if Corey Connors, who I'll just tell you this right now, he ain't the flashiest cat, but he's been around the top of leaderboards in majors. He certainly knows how to get around this golf course. He flat hits it straight. And that's what you have to do more than anything else. And when he can start to putt and see those lines and get things to just head towards the cup and drop softly, he's a very, very good player. Only won a couple times on tour, but he might be a three-time winner, whatever. He ain't the biggest name, the flashiest cat, but he is a damn good player.
You would definitely expect him to win a major in the next few years, right?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good. And we all look at it, and this is, you know what we could do, JJ? We could say the same thing about Sepp Straka.
Oh, yeah, I love him, man. He goes on these birdie streaks where it's like, man, is this guy ever, how has he not won every single tournament?
And he's more of that putter that Connors isn't. And both of these guys, obviously from the international ranks, but Sepp Straka came over here, went to the University of Georgia, and just basically got Southernized. He absolutely loves it.
You can't even tell he has an accent.
No, not really. He
It's
was
hard
the first
not
dude.
to once you get to Athens.
Yeah, he was just true. He went from Austria to Athens. He's the first dude from Austria to win on the PGA Tour. That was, I don't know, several years ago at the Honda. And it's now the Cognizant Classic. He's the dude who came back and beat Shane Lowry. When a hellish storm came through, Lowry fell off the leaderboard. You wouldn't expect an Irishman to freak in the rain. He did, and Straka stepped up and won, and then he won the next year, and then now he's won, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. But they're both good, that's for sure. All right, let's get to some Jimmy Gladstones. He had his presser yesterday, little before 4 yesterday. JJ cut it up, and we got a handful of ones that I'm sure as you guys pass through all the radio shows here, you want to talk Jaguar football more than anything else. And so we want to make sure you hear some of this stuff and kind of get an idea of where you think your general manager is at. Now, Devin Lloyd is gone. ETN is gone. Those are two of the big questions that were asked of Jimmy yesterday. So let's get to one of the first ones on the players who he believes can or will replace a guy like Devin Lloyd, who's now no longer on the roster.
We can look at our own that we still have as people that can step in and have stepped in over the course of their rookie contracts. And Ventrell Miller, he started multiple games at linebacker for us and did so even last year. And beyond that, Branson Combs, who is an undrafted college free agent, found his mark on special teams and still has a lot of upside that can be built upon. Beyond that, you look at the middle linebacker spot in Foye, who's held that down for quite a few years and is the leader of that crew. It's really exciting to know that he can continue to evolve in that capacity with Jack Kaiser right behind him. And then, the fact that we were able to get Dennis back.
Branson Combs?
Well, what's your point?
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. I think he's right with Ventrell Miller. I mean, Ventrell played well. I don't think Ventrell is a dynamic game changer on that side of the defense, which Lloyd was only for one season.
Mm-hmm.
Only for one season. Okay, so I don't think you can forget that. But he was only for one season. I don't know the Ventrell is, but I think Ventrell's steady. I think Ventrell is not going to get. Is not going to be in a position where he's out there and his head's spinning.
Right.
He knows what's going on. So I think you're safe out there with him. You're not going to get. I don't think you're going to get 4 or 5 picks. I don't think you're going to get 4 or 5 sacks or a forced fumble. You might. I mean, if you'll get a forced fumble, but you're not going to get like the big explosion plays on defense with him that you would with Devin Lloyd, or I should say, that you did for 1 year with Devin.
Yes. And look, I wanted them to figure out a way to get one of these 2 dudes to come back at a minimum. They were strapped. We know that. But Devin Lloyd had himself a hell of a season. He can forever be thankful for what this coaching staff and this team as a whole did for him because he cashed. I would love to have seen him stick and stay. And it's interesting because they are of the belief that they have guys in the wings. Now, the only thing I know about Branson Combs is that he dropped gloves with LaQuinn Allen in training camp practice, and it didn't necessarily go well.
No, did not go well at all. No.
But at the very least, he was willing to drop gloves and go at it. And so he's a guy.
I'm not sure it's going to go well for anyone dropping gloves.
Believe me, I agree with you. But the other thing is that they're not talking about a Jack Kaiser stepping in because he's playing a different linebacker position. And so that point needs to be made. And then you see what Dennis Gardeck represents, because I also think he has a hand in some of this, even though we didn't mention him there. All right.
He did at the very end.
He did. The very end.
That's right.
He went on. I had to cut it, but he goes on for like another minute just on Dennis Gardeck alone.
I did hear that. Now that you say that, JJ, because I was listening to the presser on the way home, and he goes, how can you not like Dennis Gardeck? And he was kind of going on, and I'm thinking, you dang right, because I am a Gardeck fan, and he's
You're right.
He's one of the ones.
Joe's already bled into March now.
Well, he's one of the ones that
I think we all respect Gardeck. Like nobody really knew a lot about him when he got signed, and he was coming off an injury, and then
he's solid. He's solid.
I think honestly,
he's solid.
Like he is one of my litmus tests as to whether or not Jimmy's going in the right direction and doing the right things. He got Gardeck late and put him in a position. He was well thought of by Jimmy Gladstone's to sign, and then he was also coached up well by Anthony Campanile. So anyway, I like that dude, and he's got a chance maybe to also make.
I think he's a lot like Dewey, but he's like a little more athletic than Dewey.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like an athletic Dewey playing that linebacker.
Yeah, the long hair locks reminds you, one versus the other.
And it has nothing to do with hair. Seriously, he's just.
It's also because they're white guys.
Not that either.
Classic lunch.
Not that either.
I know exactly.
He's not
what
that
you're
either.
saying.
But he's one of the. He's just a guy he's a little more athletic than Dewey, but he's a guy that also knows the game. He's got a high IQ, man.
All right, let's take one more step up in the white guy neighborhood. Jimmy Gladstone says they never went after Max Crosby. Never went after.
That wasn't necessarily something that we were actively engaged in. We're always communicating with other clubs on, the landscape of their thoughts. And I can tell you in particular, we never got down to a real dialogue exploring that.
And I think finances probably didn't allow for it. I think that's really what it is.
And picks.
Yeah, and what you have to give up, which would be including what you're saying, and it just didn't. It didn't make sense.
Yeah. I think
Matt, let's also include the dude is coming off surgery.
Yes.
We should not dismiss that.
I don't disagree with that, but I also think we're bearing the lead here. Because the most important thing about this press conference was Brian Thomas and how they've handled this.
Well, listen, we have to go in order. I've got a distinct path here.
Just hold your horses.
That's right. You just settle down.
We have this.
I got a lot of grievances with you people.
All right. So what about this fellow named Brian Thomas Jr.? Jimmy Gladstone, answer the question. Did you get any trade offers for BTJ?
No, we haven't, and there hasn't been a ton of dialogue around that front as teams check in, simply because it seems like there's I know the word reputable came up earlier. I don't think there's been any reputable statement. We don't have any real action on any of those fronts. And, as I think you think back to where we landed at the end of the season, where our passing attack was, we have no interest in disrupting the momentum. We look forward to continuing to build off of where we left things, and know that Brian Thomas is a big piece to that puzzle, and we don't want to make sure that gets disrupted at any time.
Okay, so this is my problem with all this. Okay, I don't know if JJ has this actual part of him talking about Brian Thomas. When he's concerned about the weight of the rumors.
Yeah,
the
I
weight
have that.
of the rumors and the impact or any unnecessary impact that it put on Thomas.
Let's just go ahead and play that with 13 right now on the trade rumors involving BTJ.
It can be very strange for sure. I care more for, what weight that might put on Brian himself, right? When, it's something that's entirely out of his control and unnecessary. So I think that's where my mind would go, if anything. But, when it's fraudulent claims, you just keep your mind on what you can focus on and you can actually control and try to do what's best for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And ultimately that's not the hardest thing to do when, that's the role and where you can try to compartmentalize things. But yeah, if anything, it's hopefully it's not a weight that comes with the player that ever would be involved in such a thing.
Yeah, I hope that's just the public face of it. That's what I hope it is.
By the way, that's the new fake news is fraudulent claims.
Right, right.
You are fake news.
You are fraudulent claims.
Yeah, right in there.
Do you think he was referring to our show, who has done like 20 segments in the offseason on should you trade Brian Thomas Jr.?
So here's my thing.
I feel like I'm waving the Jimmy flag over here every time, saying there's nothing to it.
Well, we weren't reporting anything. We were just saying what if?
I don't
what
think
could
it's.
you get?
I don't think I'm breaking any news here when I say that they had two coaches last year, and the idea of it as well, of coaching these guys hard. Liam Cohen coached his guys hard. He coached Trevor hard.
Yeah.
Campanile coached those guys hard. Okay? I would hope that the idea of a quote-unquote weight about unnecessary rumors and his concern about how that affects him.
Well, this is
isn't the way they're treating this. That dude's got to be coached.
Well, yeah, but this is where Leon always jumps in. This would be he's off today, but he would take us into the locker room right now, and he said that it'll piss you off, it'll motivate you, but it also will get you at times a little bit. And so, hey, Brian Thomas Jr.'s already got some demons to deal with, and it's like try to stop double catching the football and actually hang on to it. All those demons are already probably in his headspace right now.
What else? You know what else?
And then
Leon
on top
says?
of that, if you have another thing where it says, they're trying to,
you got an issue, get a tissue. That's also what
yes.
he says.
Listen, I agree with it, but think about this, Matt. Our job is to be critical. His job is to do whatever he can to get the most out of the player. So he's just playing his hand the way he thinks he should, which is saying, hey,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope that's just a public face fronting.
He's trying to convince
what he's trying to show for the public because he's trying to keep the harmony.
Yeah, exactly.
But I hope in the background, I hope they're coaching him hard, man.
Yeah, well, I think we've seen enough examples, not saying that this will work out ultimately for Brian Thomas Jr.
Right.
I think they've got to ride that wave because he is a talent, and I think
he's
they have
uber talented guy.
Yeah, I think they have to try and get that BTJ that you saw in year one back somehow, some way, so they are going to coach him hard. But right now, it's kind of a, hey, let's put you back together type of thing.
Yeah, I got news for you. He wants to be that BTJ guy from his rookie season.
Yeah.
But he might be in a situation where he doesn't know how to get there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's my point was, all right, well, you can baby him or you can coach him hard.
Right. Right now, he's just, and I agree with the way you're describing it, is that he's trying to, he's doing damage control is what he's doing. He wants to make it clear that they didn't pick up the phone and say, hey, would you be interested if we were going to make BTJ available? That's basically what he's trying to say.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. We don't know whether
that's publicly what he's saying.
Right. Yeah.
Because at the very start of that, Jake, you played the very first one you played, like the very first 5-6 seconds, he says something where you're like, okay, well, maybe they did talk to some people. Play that again real quick.
We haven't, and there hasn't been a ton of dialogue around that front. As
A ton of dialogue around that front.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a ton of dialogue around that front.
Yeah. Look,
some, but not
it.
a ton.
Right.
Yeah.
Some, but not a ton.
Yeah.
That to me, I was on Rick Ballou's show last night, and I was like, "Do you believe that?" And he was like, "I don't think that there was any like concrete offer."
Correct.
Sent, like this is what we're dealing. This is what we're going to give you.
I
but
agree.
I'm sure that there was phone calls made. Like, what are you thinking? Type stuff.
Right.
And
Here's
if
the
there
other part of
wasn't,
this.
I mean, that's concerning.
Here's the other part of this. It's you start a fire and you put it out. And you can do both. You can be the fire starter and you could be the extinguisher.
Of course you can.
And so you might let it get out that, hey, there could be some interest outside. Do we want to move this guy? And you let that chatter all of a sudden
Joe,
start.
if you're an
and
NFL
then you put out the fire.
Honestly, if you're an NFL GM and every single player on your roster, other than your franchise quarterback, and every single draft pick you have isn't at some point, okay, I'd be willing to look at that.
Yes.
Then you're not doing your job.
Right, exactly. All right, one more. Since we went from BTJ, let's go to ETN. More alphabet soup for you. The question was asked to Jimmy Gladstone's, did they try to bring ETN back? Or
we engaged
say
with his
HM?
reps and monitored his market. We approached it knowing that his contract was going to be pretty high, and wanted to make sure that we were never out of the loop on that. And as things progressed, we obviously made the decision to sort of step aside and have him get what was earned. And I think he's pretty darn excited, it seems, to be back in his home state.
Yeah, there you go. Step aside, rock and roll. Best of luck. You're going to cash. That really is it. That was the conversation.
Yeah, good luck, HN and the Saints.
Right. Every opportunity for any of these guys to get the biggest contract, that's what they want. They may have loved being here. They may have wanted to stay here if the money was right. But in the back of HN's mind, which he's now corrected us, he's back in the state of
That'd
Louisiana.
be like you guys calling me He's for 4 years.
Or
and I said, no, it's Hayes.
Yeah, Mott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, what are you
or
talking
mate.
about?
Like if you were
And
next to Steve
he just
Elkington.
randomly goes up to his Saints press conference and says, no, my name is actually H-On.
Yeah.
Which isn't even remarkably close to ETN.
Yeah, I agree.
ETN or H-On.
And
you know how like the Jags have the pronunciation guide?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
After some names that might be difficult for people to pronounce?
Yeah, Hines Allen.
It literally says on the Jags site, it did anymore before when he was there, ETN, all capitals, the 3 letters.
Well, I used to love
Those
tweeting
guys,
out.
I mean, you go to the person and say, how do you pronounce your name?
Exactly.
It does this work.
We also already have an A-chain running back in the NFL.
Yeah. And
no,
by the
it's
way,
not A-chain,
Yeah,
JJ.
and-
It's A-chan.
Yeah,
Whatever, too
and-
close.
Yeah. Devon Achane goes by I would have called myself Achane right from the beginning.
Right, A-chain goes by A-chain.
Yeah. And,
What the hell's going on here?
and I would do the ET ... in the end zone. I loved it. All right, let's keep it.
I think Franz used that call every once in a while, didn't he?
I tried to get him to do it. I don't know, the play-by-play voice.
See,
Swings
I
a
thought
bigger
when he
hammer
got
than
in
I
the
do.
league, like from Clemson, I would always call him Etienne.
Yeah.
And like that's even crazier wrong. Now,
Right,
who
Clemson called him
But,
ETN.
but by the way, Etienne sounds a hell of a lot more like
French.
Yeah. Hey, let me have some etouffee.
Sounds more like etouffee.
That's it. That's French. That's Cajun. Okay.
Big difference between French and Cajun, though. I get it.
Are you kidding?
Cajun,
Not really.
I get it. Cajun develops from French. I get it.
Oh, I love
But
when
there's
you
a big
do this.
difference.
I love when you do this. Where do you think etouffee came from?
Of course, I
Yeah.
know that.
Right there.
That's not French, okay? That's Cajun.
French, all right.
It was born out of French.
That's basically Napoleon.
That's kind of my point. That is not. There's
I'm gonna go with ATN.
Cajun is kind of like the bastardization of the French language.
You hear me? I'm gonna go with ATN and have some crawfish etouffee. All right, let's keep it rolling. We are having a good time outside of Trucks on 10. The columnist has dropped by.
Yes.
Yeah, and so there's people making the rounds around here, but it's real easy to find us. If you are heading up 10T is 2 hour left, and then you can walk all the way up to 10 Green. You'll see us to the right in the big white tent, right next to Trucks on 10. Michelob Ultra, serving cold beer, Cutwater Spirits right there with them, sampling some delicious, ready-to-drink cocktails.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies. The Players Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard update.
Good afternoon, Jack O'Brien here. This report is brought to you by Surfside Pools, San Jose Collision, and by Jack's Outdoor Solutions. Just saw an ace at number 17, but it was so quick I can't tell who did it. JJ, you might want to look that up. Just saw that PGA player Ryan Fox, scheduled to play this week, suffered a bad kidney stone thing Tuesday. Put him in surgery. He's still laid up. I had the same thing happen to me at the Players a couple of years ago. No charge for that. Jordan Spieth, birdied 6 of his last 7, goes to -6. He's just 3 shots behind our leader, Corey Connors, who now holds a 1-shot lead at 9 under par. Connors shot a blazingly hot 6 under on his first 9 today, making eagle on number 9. Sepp Straka 3 under for the day, parring his last 7 holes. He's a shot back at 8 under. Xander Schauffele puts a 33 on the board on his first side, adds a birdie on the front. He's at 7 under, 2 strokes back. Lee Hodges in the clubhouse now, shooting 71, 1 under for the day. He's at 6 under par. Well, you'll hear complete radio coverage of the Players Championship all weekend long here on 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio. You can't get this kind of up-to-the-second coverage anywhere at any price. Now let's head back out to the Stadium Club for XL Primetime with J.J. LaSelva, Joe Cowart, and Matt Hayes. You notice how I gave you top billing, J.J. LaSelva? That's right, baby. Back to the Players Championship.
Create a backyard your family will love. Jack's Outdoor Solutions, an authorized dealer of Celebrity Greens, installs PGA-quality artificial turf golf greens and complete outdoor spaces. From turf to custom hardscapes, landscaping, and lighting, every project is built for style, durability, and family fun. Locally owned and trusted across Northeast Florida, customers rave about their results. Check their 5-star reviews on Google. Plan your dream backyard today at jacksoutdoorsolutions.com.
Discover downtown Jacksonville's newest go-to spot. Pour Tap Room Jacksonville brings you 2 floors of over 80 self-pour craft beers, wines and cocktails, plus live sports, live music, and private event space. And right next door, Pizza Dynamo fires up made-to-order pizzas, slices and calzones, packed with bold flavor. Pair a pint with a fresh pie at Pizza Dynamo and Pour Tap Room, downtown at Laura and Forsyth.
Your time matters, so why waste it sitting in a dealership for a basic oil change? At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, you're in and out in 15 minutes. No appointment needed, and you never leave your car. Rated 4.7 stars nationwide and #1 quick lube in America by Forbes for customer service. The experts at Valvoline will have you on your way quickly. And FYI, your warranty can't be affected by having Valvoline work on it. That's the law, no matter what other places may insinuate. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Quick, easy, done.
Hey, Jacksonville, David Garrard here. If you want a street-legal golf cart that's built with quality and style, check out Dynamic Drives and Designs in Jax Beach. They have new, used, and fully customized carts from the top brands like Atlas, Dodge, and Pilot Car. Every cart gets a complete expert inspection, so you know it's ready to hit the road. Their team can help you design the perfect custom cart that fits your style and needs. For your custom golf cart, visit dynamicdrivesdesign.com today and see your perfect ride.
The Florida Forum welcomes world-renowned chef and humanitarian Jose Andres at the Center for Performing Arts March 31st. His impact spans the globe as founder of World Central Kitchen, Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient, and global leader using food as a force for change. All proceeds for the Florida Forum benefit the Women's Board of Wilson Children's Hospital, supporting a new outdoor play area for behavioral health services. Get your tickets now at thefloridaforum.com.
Bro, have you heard about the hottest and newest sports league in town?
Vanguard Sports League isn't just VIP, it's the standard. Smoke-filled tunnel intros, cool benches with canopies, big scoreboards, championship rings, and convenient locations all across Jacksonville. Oh, and Mascot Potty's there hyping everyone up every game. No wonder it's the talk of the town. Spring and summer registration now open.
Search VanguardSportsLeague.com today.
Get ready for spring turkey season at Green Acres Sporting Goods. Find shotguns trusted in the field from Browning, Beretta, and Benelli. Plus, the newest bows are ready to test shoot from Hoyt and Matthews. For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has helped Northeast Florida hunters gear up with confidence. Stop by Green Acres today at the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard or shop online anytime at greenacresporting.com.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. We know what cool sounds like. XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
Having a good time. It is a beautiful day today. Love it out here at the Players. The stadium course at TPC Sawgrass. And you can just imagine if you are either on A1A or Nocatee Parkway or whatever you might be heading this way, you got to preach patience. It ain't easy, but they've been moving people through pretty fast as far as getting them into the parking lots and so on. I talked to C-Daddy and a handful of others that were coming down 210, and they said, hey, it's moving. It's moving. It ain't too bad. But if you want to make it in and have a good time today, you can definitely do it. The leaderboard, we're keeping an eye on it just to kind of see how it goes down. There are a bunch of guys that are up there moving into that 8 under number. Right now, I'm trying to get my leaderboard to load a little bit, but you got Corey Connors sitting at 9.
Xander is at 8 under.
Okay, so he did move up.
Corey
there
Connors is back to 8 under. And so it's Xander, Straka, and Connors all tied at 8 under. We did have a little bit of fraudulent news.
Yeah.
I won't say who, but there was a player's update just now of someone who was watching in the studio and saw a replay of an ace on 17 from a couple years back. We have not seen an ace yet. And if you remember, we didn't have one last year. So we're going on like a long time since we've had a hole-in-one on 17.
The mark of Mark Long is everywhere on XL Primetime. It's unreal. And
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Matt's got bad sources.
So it is everywhere.
Right. He says I've got bad
Yeah,
sources. I mean,
I'm gonna go back because I do my Sawgrass Asset Management campaign with my buddy Dean and all of them over there, and we do. How much do you know about the Players? And Keegan Bradley last year made a hole-in-one on 13, and it was the 13th ace at the 13th in Players history. And I can go back. Ryan Fox was the last guy, I believe. I need to look it up.
That's
to
in
make an
2024.
ace.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 17, and the thing I love more than anything else, especially when the internationals, and it could be the New Zealander, the Kiwi, like Ryan Fox, the Aussies, whomever it might be, they will immediately send a cooler full of beer to the media center to celebrate that ace.
Dude,
It's just awesome.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
We need one of them to do it today.
Yeah, exactly.
We're counting
so
on
you're
you.
telling me if Connors was 9 under through 11 and he dropped a shot, that means I'm guessing he dropped it at the drivable par 4 12th, which is interesting.
Exactly.
And Sepp is on the front side now in that group at 8 under, along with Xander. Like you said, just joined him.
Xander's on fire.
Yeah, 5 under today. And I think he's got, 4 holes left. And we'll see how the rest of them go. Jacob Bridgman is the guy. Did Big Stars reach in and pick Jacob Bridgman?
I have it in my pocket. I know it was like Smotherman or Bridgman.
He did ask about Bridgman.
You were talking about Xander. Remember, you were
Yeah,
like,
he
I
took
don't know.
Bridgman. He took Henley, Bridgman, Cam Young, who's also doing well.
It's awesome.
And Keegan, who unfortunately Keegan's probably going to miss the cut.
Yeah, but Cameron right now is 6 under par. Smotherman is 6 under. And you got a handful of other guys. Jordan Spieth is right there 5 under par. So we'll see how it goes as today goes along.
Damn,
right.
Jordo, all the way up
I think
5.
if you've got guys, I think if you have a guy that misses the cut,
yeah.
If you have a group that none of your guys misses the cut, you should not lose to someone who has a guy who missed the cut.
I agree with that.
I think
I think
Well,
then
but what if the guy who
I think then it should become down to between, like, if there's 2 guys that have guys that miss the cut, It should be between them.
I think you're trying to do everything you can not to have to buy
No,
lunch.
no, I am doing this. No doubt I'm doing
Okay,
that.
well,
But
Matt,
I'm saying,
what about
I
this?
think we need to definitely reassess our rules.
What about the guy who has someone who misses the cut, but then he has a guy who wins the tournament?
Yeah, exactly.
You still got the guy who missed the cut?
So what?
Yeah.
You got the guy who won.
I get it, but there's got to be some kind of.
Well, there is.
There
For
has
every
to be some,
usually
Go
you
ahead.
get like if you miss the cut, you
because
get like
you've
a
never
plus
told us
3
how you've
penalty.
done this.
Yeah.
But how do you do it like with ours? Like we've done this for like 2 years now.
It's
How
usually
have you
pretty
done it?
straightforward. We could tell right away. But if it's ever like really close like that, if a guy misses the cut, I'll give you like a plus 3 stroke penalty.
And if we do a
Yeah. Unless
and so
it's like the U.S. Open, and then you got to give a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so we'll firm that up. When
Just Jay, just like the NCAA there, you know, he
I
just
make
makes
it up as I
as
go.
it goes along. Man.
Because we've never really had one that was close enough
Right.
to where it came down to that.
And
you
the way he
usually
does it-
lose by enough, Matt, where we know.
Jay just is basically responding to what happens.
He just went straight to an appellate court.
All right,
and
well, if
just got
that
it rolling.
happens, then we're going to do this. And
Yeah.
if that happens, then we're going to do this.
You're
no,
not
it's
going to
because-
lose, Matt. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Your team is strapped right now.
Yeah, I get in these pools all the time, and you can have a
Don't just throw that jinx on me, man.
a 6-player golf pool where you can throw one out, your worst score out. We did 4. We did not have that as a rule, but if you have an MC, which is a miscut, and you're doing the total number of strokes, you can make it an 80. Or as JJ just said, wherever the cut line is, you can put that next to your total. But also you want to add it up position-wise if you have a guy who your total number of where you finished. So it would be one past the last person to make the cut.
Right.
And so you could have I finished first plus a fifth. That's a total of 6. You had another 15. That's a total of 21. And then you got to go to
Yeah, what
whatever
if
it
you
is,
got a
80
guy
something.
who finished 1, the guy who finished 2nd, and the guy who finished 3rd, and then one guy missed the cut? What do you think, he loses, Matt? Come on, give me a break.
Hey,
he's on to
chose
something.
poorly.
Yeah, he's typing. He's moving.
Yeah, he's
We
on
have
to
to break
something. You can-
anyway.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep
He
it rolling.
chose poorly.
Yeah. You're so full of it. You are so full of it. All
Right,
right.
because I got 4 guys that are not going to miss the cut.
Yeah.
That's why.
All right, I'm going to look at mine because I was feeling pretty good earlier. Not so much and I did tell you guys, after I picked Tommy Fleetwood here, I went into the Matchsticks pool and talked myself right into picking Colin Morikawa. And I just was so ticked off. So that was money that just was flushed right down the drain, or Matchsticks, I should say, exactly. And I told you guys, there's nothing harder than betting on golf.
It's really a sucker's game because, like,
It is.
they really give you. There's 150 guys in the field, but they'll give you like 10-1 odds on a guy to win, and he's like a semi-long shot. I'm like, dude, what? The
is
Scotty will
so-
be like 3-1.
But
Like,
the
what are you
other crazy-
talking
it might be
about? There's
harder to-
150 guys in the field.
It might be harder to bet on golf than it is to play golf.
Yeah, it's hard. But the crazy thing about it is, like, if you go tennis, we got to go to break. We'll do this coming up in just a second. It is XL Prime Time out here at Trucks on 10. Come on by.
XL Prime Time from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. A symphony of sweat, grit, and glory. Dive into the action and live the moments. For play-by-play, it's 1010XL.
Everybody, Mike Dempsey here for big #1 Duval Ford. It's truck time in Jacksonville, and all month long you can drive home a brand new 2025 F-150 with no money down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% interest for 60 months. That's right, a new F-150 with 0 down and 0% for 60 months. See all the deals now at DuvalFord.com, or just stop by big #1 Duval Ford, 1616 Cassett Avenue today. It's truck time at big #1 Duval Ford.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is giving away free beer again this year for the Madness Tournament. You can enter the bracket challenge at 1010XL.com right now. Monday morning, you can make your picks. Then when the tourney starts Thursday, print your bracket out and bring it into any Mr. Chubby's Wings location during the games. Every game you pick right, you get a free Budweiser. And the bracket challenge winner gets 2 tickets to Welcome to Rockville on Saturday. See Mr. Chubby's Wings Facebook for full contest details.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
All right, Jacksonville, you know spring has officially arrived when the pollen's flying, the grass is growing, and your septic system starts thinking about getting your attention. Trust me, a simple pump out now can save you from a disaster that'll have the whole neighborhood holding their noses. That's why you call Duck Duck Rooter the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida. Real pros, not somebody guessing with a shovel. Right now, schedule your spring septic clean and get $50 off septic tank pumping. So when you're stuck, call the Duck, 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
If your lawn took a beating this winter, listen up. Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. They've just started the first of 3 rounds of premium granular fertilizer. No cheap liquid fertilizer here. Custom blended for Northeast Florida lawns. Their certified technicians apply slow-release nutrients. Rebuild your lawn thick, strong, and green over time. Plus, they protect your home from pests and termites. Call Julington Creek Pest Control today. Our family serving yours since 1984.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Fred Taylor. If you've been in an auto accident, you need a team who knows how to get you back on your feet and back to your life. At North Florida Medical Center, they don't just treat the injury, they treat the whole person, from physical therapy to pain management. North Florida Medical Center has a team of experts ready to help you heal and recover. I trust the team here at North Florida Medical Center, and you can too. So don't wait. Call North Florida Medical Center and get the care you deserve.
The Jacksonville Icemen are in town for 3 games this weekend, starting Friday for Teacher Appreciation, presented by Community First Credit Union. Then Saturday, it's Wizards Night. Wear your house colors and watch the Icemen do battle in special Wizard-themed jerseys. Then Sunday at 3, it's Publix Family Fun Day. Take a shot on goal on the ice after the game. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksonvilleIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Iceman hockey is #Sub-Zero.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Now, when the Jacksonville Jaguars did what they did as far as the salary cap goes, they cleaned a lot of things up, helped them out a little bit more in terms of maneuverability. Not a lot has happened, but Jimmy Gladstone's with his presser yesterday talking about Chris Rodriguez coming in here and what he can do, and he made a big point about talking about if you trust the tape or if you go to the tape, the idea that they have looked and loved what they are seeing from one of the newest Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll see how it goes as the team starts to kind of become the full picture of what you're going to have once we get to OTAs and all that mini camp and whatnot. But I'm a fan of bringing a guy like that in. You liked it as well because he's the poster boy for our free agency in 2026. Did you ever think that would be the case?
No, never.
Yeah.
Never. I don't look, I just think there's a bunch of different things that are going on right now with this franchise. And I think the reality is this: you've got it. They have the capital now.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to, but I'm saying you being us fans, the media, the fans, they've earned the capital. So you got to give them a little grace with what they're doing. You know, you may not like it.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're sitting here going, what are they like? You need a pass rusher. Your 2 pass rushers combined for 11.5 sacks.
So he did speak on that. I'll play it. Basically, fixing the pass rush is an ongoing process.
That's going to be an ongoing process where we're continuing to map out how we can level up. And, you know, that's a pairing of personnel and scheme, and also the back end being tied to rush plans and continuing to ensure that we're able to stop the run at such a high tick like we were last year without diluting that element, but still improving the pass rush.
Level up, Matt. Okay.
It's all these fun little sayings of his, man.
Like, of all the people that can't appreciate these nice little buzzwords and terms, you
Yeah,
of all
wordsmith
people.
like yourself, a journalist.
I get it. I'm impressed by it, but it's
No, you're
it's
not.
almost like
No, you're not.
he's trying to dress it up and make it look right when
Like, I am loving this offseason, especially when we
I got to be at the front. Look, I got to be at the front of that line.
Yeah,
I'm giving them grace. I have to be.
We ripped a little bit and laughed last year with some of the phrases, and then I think in a lot of ways the dude course corrected this franchise about as quickly as we have ever seen. And
a little help with his head coach.
Well, of course, I haven't finished what I was saying. Is that he course corrected as few as ever seen, and the coaching that they all came together on both sides of the ball and did everything to really turn this team around from the way you view them, the way the rest of the league views them. And so right now I'm in like full trust mode, and you had the old "in Gene we trust," in Jimmy Gladstone's we trust, because this guy can level up whatever he wants. He can raise the floor. All that crap is
What was the other
it's
one?
working.
Organic. What did he call it?
It's working.
Ecosystem or
intangibly rich, a lot of stuff.
Tangibly rich.
Yeah,
ecosystem.
There was
can't believe
ecosystem talk.
Attitudinal on this. Come on. Meanwhile, I'm looking at Jordan Spieth, and this was just from a little earlier. I don't know exactly where he's at.
I lit
now,
a
but this-
fire. I lit a
you
fire
did.
under Jordo today with my text.
You inspired him. So he is gone after one little short shot from off the green. Here are his last 7 approach shots: a 2-putt birdie, a 6-foot birdie, a 6-foot birdie, a 3-footer for birdie, 49 feet for birdie, a 5-foot saver, and then a 5-foot birdie. That
Damn.
is a hell of a little run that he was on, and we'll see if he can keep it rolling.
And he just hit it right in the middle of the fairway on 7.
Yeah, nice.
He's
nice.
rolling, man.
Yeah, if he can do that, it's confidence as much as it is ball striking, and they're all capable, obviously, when things just start to come together for him. But he's a guy that if he can get hot, especially knocking in that 49-foot putt, he starts seeing those lines. Yeah, look out. That part will be good. All right, we'll say hello to Ryan O'Halloran in about 20 minutes' time, talk a little bit more about what Jimmy Gladstone's had to say. We got to get to some college football talk. There is spring ball that's going on out there, so we'll touch on the CFB world coming up. It is a Florida Home AC Friday right here on XL Primetime. Joe C., Matty Hayes, JJ, thanks for hanging out with us. And if you're out here, come on by. We're right next to Trucks on 10.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
If you come with us, you're in this life for good.
This is it. Yeah, this is it. This is what?
1010XL, the Players Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leaderboard update.
Good afternoon, everyone. This report brought to you by Universal Roof and Contracting, Dynamic Drives and Design, and by Julington Creek Pest Control. Sepp Straka, Corey Connors, and now Xander Schauffele are tied for the lead at 8 under par. Schauffele's 5 under today. Corey Connors, meanwhile, bogeyed number 12 recently. That short, drivable par 4. He's now also at 8 under par. Rory now 2 over for the tournament. He just bogeyed number 4 on the front side. He's in jeopardy of missing the cut. Cameron Young has moved into contention. He is now at 7 under par. You know, yesterday's leader, Maverick McNeely, who's currently at 5 under par, he goes off at 142 on the backside, but he's kind of in a tight spot. He's paired with Davis Riley, who at the moment is 12 over. Egad. Heading out there today, the key pairing for the afternoon is world ranked number 1, Scotty Scheffler, Justin Thomas, and Tommy Fleetwood. They go off on the front side, like I said, at 142. Scheffler's only 8 shots back. Scheffler's only 8 shots back, but is also only 1 shot above the current projected cut line. You'll hear complete radio coverage of the Players' Championship all weekend long right here on 1010XL Jacksonville Sports Radio. Now, back to XL Primetime.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Leon Searcy here, your lemon pepper guy. You know Wingstop always delivers, and I'm just not talking about the cook-to-order, hand, sauce, and tossed chicken sandwich in your choice of 12 mouth-watering flavors. I'm not talking about their homemade ranch so good that wouldn't blame you if you double-dipped. I'm talking about Wingstop delivers straight to your door. And did you know they open until 1 a.m.? So visit wingstop.com or use the app to get the flavors delivered right to your door, late night, only at Wingstop.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. I am attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyoublow.com.
Take a walk on the wild side and step into the great outdoors. Look at this beast. Captain Kevin and Captain Kirk join Jeff Lageman every Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on the Nimnet Outdoors Show. You got it. On 1010XL.
Tara Lageman here for Local Fair Jacks. Fresh, local produce, eggs, and meat delivered right to your door. It's where Jeff and I shop because we know exactly where our food is coming from. There's no scary recalls, just trusted local farmers. Visit localfairjacks.com.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ahead, we build platforms for digital business. We help create your platform for digital business by weaving together advances in cloud infrastructure, intelligent operations, and modern applications. Digital business is comprised of 5 pillars. We call them imperatives because they're a must-have, not a nice-to-have. We enterprise cloud, integrated security, scaled DevOps, intelligent operations, and relentless automation. Need help with digital transformation? Ahead. Learn, grow, achieve.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $5,000 per ounce, and silver is over $100 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold and silver for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Pages in your mailbox right now.
Did you know there's local savings sitting in your mailbox right now? Money Pages is packed with real coupons from your favorite local businesses. Save money at restaurants like Al's Pizza, on pet care at Forever Vets, and on entertainment for the whole family at the Alhambra Theater. Plus, make sure to download the Money Pages app for savings on the go.
Pages in your mailbox right now.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Gorgeous day. If you're out here, you know it. If you're listening to us on the app while you're walking around, we appreciate it. You got leaderboard updates 3 times an hour to keep you up with everything that is going on. So we've been having a good time looking at the leaderboard, seeing who's going to go low today, and then obviously see what the cut line will become. Rory McIlroy was over par a little earlier. We'll see how he can do it. He's the first, I believe, the first defending Players Champion to come in and shoot 74 or worse. He shot a 74, 2 over in his opening round, but that was in large part due to injury. Fought through the back spasms. I'm a Roar fan, you know that. So I'm giving him credit for at least battling to try and get back in a position to where he could come and compete. But a 74, tough one to come back from.
That's
All right.
yeah, no doubt. I mean, there are others. I think when you start looking at the field, that again, we're now just hitting now. It's 1 o'clock. These guys are teeing off in 35 minutes, 40 minutes. This thing is going to change, man. And I know we're focusing on the now because that's what you should do. It's just it's a moment by moment, hole by hole thing. This thing's going to drastically change in the afternoon. Look, Joe, there is no wind. And it's about 72 degrees. This thing is like literally just waiting for people to come tear it.
Now, and we talked about this yesterday. I saw more brown in the greens on day one than I think I have in a long time. And we're going to find out if they're going to keep baking them out. I don't think they're going to bake them out.
Can they?
Well, they, like you said, if there is no wind, they want to create a challenge, and that wind is supposed to come in a little bit tomorrow, maybe on Sunday. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah,
would you be shocked if somebody ends up like 12 or 13 under after this day?
No.
Xander's at 8, and he's got 3 or 4 holes left.
Like the rule always used to be around here, and who knows whether this means a hill of anything now or not, but it used to be you take your first round score and you double it. Okay, because it's hard to keep it going. You're going to come back to the pack a little bit here or there.
Sure.
And so you basically just kind of look at it like that. And yesterday you had a bunch of guys that were sitting right there at 5 under. Well, 10 under is not going to be good enough to win this tournament. And so if you did 468s, then you're looking at 16 under. And so I always feel like somewhere around 14 under to 18 under is probably where it's going to land, because I think they have created a situation where they like to see points on the board. We live in an offensive age, but
I don't think they want to see like a 20 under win this thing.
No, but 20 under,
especially if they're doing their whole like, hey, we're a major thing. You can't have a guy win 22 under.
Sunday is going to be rain, man. So the scores will drop immediately there.
Right, but let's not forget Augusta got to 20 under, and so
but it's the Masters.
I know, but I'm just simply saying that you get to a point where you basically like the fireworks, and yes, they want a difficult golf course, and for the most part they do have it, because you can see some of the bigger numbers further down the leaderboard. But yeah, this is not the longest golf course these guys see.
It's not
on a regular basis. There's not a lot that you can do in terms of lengthening it. They've tried to, if you go back in time, tiger-proof it way back when, but now it is one of those. The premium is going to be on driving the golf ball and hitting close with your irons. And so I think they like the cheers and the moves up the leaderboard. If you start on the back 9, and I asked Rory McIlroy this question, he said, hell yeah, because with the way you get out of the box, if you can get past 10 with a par, 11, you should have a certain birdie opportunity. If you reach it in 2, maybe an eagle. You turn to a drivable par 4. Then you go to a 13 green that has definitely set up for some beautiful shots. Birdie easily in play. Get through 14 and 15, and then you got 16 with another scoring opportunity. So they want that back nine.
I don't mind the high scores. I don't mind them at all, because at the end of the day, the players are so, like, I was out there watching some earlier today. They're so good. They hit the ball so accurately and so long.
Yeah.
You know, like the only way you can stop them is by literally manipulating the course.
Yeah.
By changing the cut. You know, that's really the only way you can stop these guys. So I don't mind it, because that's where we are in sports. It's all about points. It's all about the offense side of sports.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some big scores today, man. I'm telling you right now. And it will get bigger tomorrow. But Sunday is when you're going to see this really start to take shape, because if it rains like it's supposed to, right now it's 70% chance, Joe.
Yeah.
You know me. What do you call me, Dr. Doom? What do you say?
Well, Matt, the meteorologist,
morbid Matt.
Morbid Matt, that's what it's right. You talking about a 70% chance of rain on Sunday? It's going to be a fun tournament on Sunday.
Now, Joe, I'm going to have to give you, or you're going to have to give us a little bio on a guy on the leaderboard right now.
Yeah.
William Mao. Are we saying that correct?
It's funny, because I'm sitting there last night. We were the son-in-laws were sitting there watching at the end live from the players, and William Mao comes up, and they looked at me with the exact same probably look you have right now. Hey, a little intel, please. He's another one of those first timers.
He is American. It's MOUW.
Yeah, and he just comes up from the Korn Ferry Tour. I want to say there were 16 guys that came up from the Korn Ferry Tour that are getting to play in their very first players, and William Mao's one of them. And
he
there's
does have a
dudes.
win. I'm looking at him right now. He won the ISCO in July.
Yeah, and so that was in Kentucky, and that was last year. And like he and Matt McCarty and a handful of these other guys have won. And they're just now getting a position where they can step onto the tee and play. And this is now a 123-player field. So if you make it, you've done something.
He's so
That's
new.
for sure.
He's so new that ESPN doesn't have his photo.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
When you pull up his name on the leaderboard, there's no photo of him.
Yeah. And so, William Mao, I'm looking to see. I thought I had the other first-timers here. I'll pull them up here in just 1 second. But, yeah, those dudes can.
He's tied 8th right now. I mean, he's 5 under.
And so,
you know what? You were talking about Xander. That like you moved me off Xander yesterday with your little speech.
I didn't. I did not.
He's 8 under now.
I did not. You think I was trying to manipulate?
I think you were. Yeah, I think you were.
That is not the case because you actually locked in.
I think you were worried about my picks and you were trying to move me off.
You locked in on Maverick McNeely and then you blew it. You got a little nervous.
You picked Scotty freaking Scheffler, bro.
Yeah.
I know, I did.
Have some
All right.
shame.
Let's say hello to Ryan O'Halloran and talk a little bit more about the Jimmy Gladstone's presser yesterday, a little bit more about what's going on here, SEC hoops. We need to update you there. We'll do it all coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies. It's Jacksonville's Super Bowl of golf. If you can't make it to the players, let 1010XL bring the players to you with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates. Teed up by
Purple Heart Pools,
Universal Roof and Contracting,
and Kuhn Flowers.
the Players Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard update.
Good afternoon, everyone. High Flying Jack O'Brien here. This report brought to you by Purple Heart Pools, by North Florida Medical Center, and also by Michelob Ultra. Perfect weather for a beautiful second round at the 2026 Players Championship, the Stadium Club at Sawgrass. A little windy, but that's dying down. And like we saw yesterday, the rain really didn't bother him much, and doesn't appear that'll be a problem either. A two-way tie for the lead at the moment. Corey Connors and Xander Schauffele, both 8 under par. Sepp Straka just bogeyed the 8th hole, his 17th hole of the day. That's the long par 3, and he's now moved to his final hole, the par 5 9th. He's only a shot back. Cameron Young has moved up. He's now just a shot back as well. It's 7 under par. 3 players are at 6 under, 2 shots behind. That group includes Austin Smotherman, Lee Hodges, who's in the clubhouse, and Jacob Bridgman. First round co-leader Sahith Theegala has fallen back 3 over for the day. Unfortunately, now just 2 under par. Keep it here on 1010XL for complete coverage of the Players' Championship all weekend long. Now back to the Stadium Club at Sawgrass with XL Primetime's Joe Cowart and Matt Hayes with JJ LaSilva.
Looking for adventure? Need a machine that works as hard as you do? CF Moto has you covered. At Ride Now Beach Boulevard, we've got CF Moto ATVs and UTVs built for any task, any trail, anytime. Tear up the dirt with the trail-tested C-Force ATV lineup or conquer through terrain with a Z-Force UTV. Find your CF Moto ride today at Ride Now Beach Boulevard or visit ridenowbeachboulevard.com. ATVs and UTVs are for riders 16 and older. They can be hazardous to operate. CF Moto recommends an improved safety training course.
Looking for golf that doesn't feel like golf? Welcome to Pine Royale, Callahan's new golf entertainment destination. Play a 9-hole par 3 course, compete in TrackMan-powered driving bays, and get ready for all-new 18-hole mini golf coming soon. As the sun goes down, the course lights up. Add in great food, a full bar, and space to hang with the whole crew, and suddenly golf feels a whole lot more social. Search Pine Royale Callahan and come play today.
Former Gator Patrick Young pours out orange and blue passion with Hacker on the Gator Bites podcast.
Patrick Young, coming to life.
Tipped off by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Fridays on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
When my wrist pain was acting up and I needed help, I took Dan Hickens' advice and headed over to see the experts at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. This is Stuart Moore with the PGA Tour. I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Whenever you have a need, they took great care of me. They'll take great care of you.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. The next time you need orthopedic care, you can rely on our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
We've all been there. You hear about an incredible event Monday morning, but it happens Sunday. Stop missing out. Jacksonville is the flip side of Florida, and we have the solution. From under-the-radar sporting events to the perfect family outing or date night, Visit Jacksonville is your all-access pass to the city. Plan your 2026 season at visitjacksonville.com/locals. visitjacksonville.com/locals. Or download the Visit Jax app for the full lineup. See what you've been missing.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, Jacksonville, David Garrard here. If you want a street-legal golf cart that's built with quality and style, check out Dynamic Drives and Designs in Jax Beach. They have new, used, and fully customized carts from the top brands like Atlas, Dodge, and Pilot Car. Every cart gets a complete expert inspection, so you know it's ready to hit the road. Their team can help you design the perfect custom cart that fits your style and needs. For your custom golf cart, visit dynamicdrivesdesign.com today and see your perfect ride.
Picken here. See clearly with the Eye Associates and trusted optometrists Zachary Boskool and Alice LaFlamme. From comprehensive eye exams, dry eye care, glaucoma management, diabetic eye care, and more, Dr. Boskool and Dr. LaFlamme are dedicated to protecting your vision. Immediate availability at all 5 Jacksonville locations. Schedule today with Dr. Boskool and Dr. LaFlamme by calling the Eye Associates, formerly Bowden Eye Associates, Schneider Eye and Wellness Center, and Janet Betchkel, MD at 296-0098.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
We've got Ryan O'Halloran hanging out with us right here outside of Trucks on 10. It is a gorgeous day, so if you're out and about, walk on by. Hey, look, and if you're some of the 1010XLers, they said, you know what, y'all got some shade. We're going to go some food, some Michelob Ultras, and we're going to toss it back and listen to a little sports radio. Ryan, how you doing, bud?
Good, guys. Whoever, as Mike Shanahan used to say when I covered him in Washington, congratulations to whoever ordered the weather.
Oh, you better believe. Chamber of Commerce stuff right here.
Yep. So I walked the front 9 this morning, and there's no wind. As Matt said last segment, this is target practice today.
Yeah. Oh.
And, right now the afternoon guys start at 4. Can one of those guys go to, shoot a 65 today?
Yeah.
Maybe?
It's funny because we have seen, I don't know what the total number is, but 63s are the low number here. And once you have it with this type of course, like I said, this is a tough course. It does become target practice. It really does, because you don't have to have a long iron. You don't have to pull driver, but only maybe 4 times if you don't want to. So yeah, you can get aggressive.
One thing I saw this morning, and I hung on 6, 7, and 8 a little bit out of the fray, which was a great place to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Guys weren't hitting bombs in terms of putts. I mean, those greens look really slick, and then obviously the undulations and stuff. So if anybody can hit 1 or 2 big putts, that gets them in the mid 60s.
Who do you see? Do you see any we were talking earlier that we think the second part of the day is going to be very big. Do you see guys coming out of nowhere, maybe taking advantage of this situation here in the weather right now?
I guess if coming out of nowhere in terms of they're T20 or below right now, that kind of thing. I mean, you look at Fleetwood T18 -3. I mean, maybe he shoots a 67 today. You go down the list. Rose has already played, but There isn't.
Like I was saying,
Mattia,
Scotty.
maybe?
Like Scotty's even right now.
Yeah.
If Scotty figures out what he was doing yesterday, off the tee.
Yeah. Can
he
go?
could shoot 64 easy.
I'll give you two guys, Victor Hovland and Oberg.
The guys we were just talking about a minute ago.
And I want Koepka to make a run because that's a good story. I mean, he's even right now. But these they have no excuses right now.
20 over is the total number for Brooks Koepka at 17 in his career. Is that not unbelievable? And he now has 21 trips through 17.
I mean,
Got par yesterday.
He would be better off just throwing the first one in the water.
Yeah.
And saying, I'm going to take my medicine and not get ticked off about it. See if I can get out of there with a 4.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about Jimmy Gladstone's, as I like to call him, Harry Potter, with his presser yesterday. Ryan O'Halloran was part of it as the columnist for the Florida Times-Union. I thought he couched it well, the whole BTJ discussion, and he couched well the Max Crosby discussion. What did you think?
I'll start with Crosby. I thought what my sourcing told me Friday night. I got a return text. I said, "How deep were you guys in Crosby?" No. And
no.
Gladstone basically confirmed that yesterday. I mean, you're always making calls. Is one of those things. Okay, if the number comes down, when the trade happened last week, I thought the Jaguars were never in it because they don't have a first round pick to trade this year.
Right.
And the Raiders had to justify to their fan base.
It's a serious draft capital you have to go.
Getting something right away to help your quarterback. So. I think that was pretty in line from what I had heard last week. That said, I was, where he wasn't going to go is we've made a call since then. But the Raiders Crosby thing is interesting.
Yeah, no need to say it, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Thomas. When I phrased the question, what has been the level of interest other teams have given you about him? Have they made an offer? He ignored the offer part. He said, that what I thought. Basically, read between James's words is, we're going to take every call, but we weren't shopping them. And things could change, but I think they seem pretty committed to Brian Thomas this year. Also knowing that his stock is way down around the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're not going to say that obviously in a public forum like that. And I think what he said in the public forum was probably right. I get a little worried when I hear him say he's concerned about the weight, the magnitude of that kind of talk on Brian Thomas.
Yeah, two things on that one, Matt, and I agree with you. One is fraudulent rumors is a pretty big statement. I would have said, I probably would have used a different word because that's quite an accusation.
Right.
And then the second part is if your player is impacted by rumors, then you got a bigger problem.
A much bigger problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so so that to me that you Brian Thomas is first round draft pick. He played at LSU. This is not his first time under this kind of spotlight.
Well, I countered Matt earlier, and so I'm countering both of you when I say it, is that I kind of described it that you can allow a fire to be started and not do anything about it, and then you can put out the fire and try and use both of them things to your advantage. So I don't think he minds that Brian Thomas Jr. has heard some of this. He wants to try and erase it now and act like he had nothing to do with it and then try and build the player back up.
Yeah, and they probably started that process at the end of last year when he was hurt, sat out, came back, and it shows you how low the bar was for Brian at the end of the year when they said, well, he made great strides.
Yeah.
Well, he was fourth guy. Myers, Washington, Strange, then Thomas. So, I think Brian falls under the category right now. He's easier to keep and take a risk on than replace because you don't have a first round pick.
No, I think you got to love on him. I really do right now. And then you can coach him hard. You can coach him hard.
Well, it's like, okay, if they are singing his praises to us, they better be drilling him behind the scenes and say, hey, what you did is not good enough. You have to run routes between the numbers in this league.
Yeah.
You are going to get hit. Look at the guys who did it. Myers and Washington. They earned the quarterback's trust. That's the thing in the offseason. Brian Thomas, Trevor Lawrence. How do they get on the same page? How does Trevor begin to trust him a little bit? You cannot live in this league running 9 routes.
You have to play injured in this league too.
Yeah. And
honestly, Ryan, you have to play injured in this league.
Yeah, I mean,
he came back from injury.
Difference between hurt and injured.
Right.
You're dinged up. We'll never know how bad the ankle was. I had somebody tell me last year when I was sort of questioning it. They explained, well, blah, blah, blah. And then the person went, you don't believe me, do you? I said, nope.
See,
So-
I'm like surrounded by columnists here, and it is kind of funny listening to you guys when you do you basically take whatever it is and you can second guess it, which I totally get. But I do like the idea that you encourage him, then you coach him hard.
Yeah, and my first day here was August 11th, so it was after the first preseason game. Brian Thomas had a terrible training camp.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what you were saying at the time is, okay, he'll just flip the switch on Labor Day weekend. Well, it didn't happen. So I think it's a major offseason storyline because you know what you're going to get from so many of these other guys on offense.
Look, the point you made, I thought was a great point. The last time we had you in, you said the reason why you think Trevor developed so much with Liam was not only obviously the system and the coaching, but he was coached hard. They didn't baby him. And that's kind of my thing is, I think you can tell Campanile's the same time of guy. He's not going to baby players.
Yeah. And if you're a pro and you want to get better, you're going to take the hard coaching. And if you're Trevor Lawrence last year, the circumstances he went through his first couple of years in this league, Liam Cohen comes in. I'm sure Baker Mayfield called Trevor Lawrence and says, "Listen to this guy.
Right.
He's going to put you in the right spots, but he's also going to bleep you
right.
a couple of times." And he probably did that. And he probably showed him the video and says, "Right there, you missed it. Got to throw it. Got to let it rip." And he was public about that. So, and then Campanile, I think he challenged his 4-man pass rush at some point in the season. Say, "You guys got to do better. I cannot be blitzing 50% of the time." So that's where this staff, I think, has earned the trust of the roster. Now, does Brian Thomas trust Liam Cohen? A, he doesn't have a choice, and B, he better get there quickly.
Yeah, we're talking with Ryan O'Halloran. You can definitely check him out on X with columns for the Florida Times Union and Jacksonville.com. And I do think button pushing definitely will occur, has to occur when you talk about that defensive front. They weren't able to do anything with Eric Armstead just in terms of restructuring. They didn't, I don't know if they even approached Josh Hines Allen. They could have saved some money there. But what happens with 91?
Well, with Armstead is I'm not surprised he's still on the roster because you do not. The last thing you want to do with his contract is add void years and sort of increase the future pain. So they're going to let it ride out because you don't know how the draft falls when you don't pick until 56.
Right.
I mean, there could be 4 or 5 defensive tackles they feel is an upgrade, but they might not be there.
Yeah.
So if you draft a guy in the 2nd or 3rd round, then you can make the move. And as you guys know, you can't say it enough with this post June 1 stuff, is you can't use that space until after June 1. I mean, if it was the opposite, people would be cutting guys all the time. So, it wouldn't have impacted their business this week, but also at Josh Hines Allen, you keep that in your pocket in case you need it. Some of the other veterans as well with high base salaries. If something comes up, a trade, a guy gets cut after June 1, you think is an upgrade, then you can ask them, "Hey, we have this reworking in place."
All right, I've been meaning to ask you this now for like a couple weeks because I think everybody this is Joe's favorite player. We all talk about it. I think fans out there want to know about it. What do they do with Mason Smith, you think? Like what is the process beginning with off-season workouts, OTAs, minicamp, all that? What do they do with him?
Yeah, and he was a healthy scratch in week 1, which is a 2nd-round pick in his second year.
Yeah.
And I went to Mason in the locker room that week, and he said, "Hey, I'm frustrated and disappointed." He had a great practice week heading into Cincinnati and started playing a lot. He's got to come to the realization is you have not made life-changing money yet. You're a 2nd-round pick. You're going to be given an opportunity here to be a rotational player who doesn't matter if you don't start. You're going to play a lot. And by all accounts, even when he wasn't playing late in the year, because I asked around on this, is he a problem? They said, no. Okay, how's he practicing? He's practicing good. Practicing well. How's his attitude? Good.
He's just not making plays.
He's just making plays. Dickerson made plays. They moved Walker inside. And
Dickerson got him a contract on that, too.
And so one thing I'll point out is everybody says, well, he's a Trent Baalke guy. He's a Jacksonville Jaguar guy. Even if you didn't draft him, you gotta put every effort into making it work with Mason Smith because he is a 2nd-round pick. So he'll get every chance, and really you're not going to see it until he put the pads on if he's seen the light.
It's so funny because we do talk about guys that may motivate Brian Thomas Jr. because they're legit, and what Parker Washington was able to do going and getting Jacoby Myers and what he did do as soon as he got into this uniform. But the other part of it is Matt flipping Dickerson made plays inside. And so I don't know what they're going to get out of him. That is the million-dollar question.
And Dickerson's a classic case of he signs before the market opens. He understood, hey, teams know my history. Let's take the given that's there. But also, if you're the Jaguars, you cannot overtax him. You probably, he maxed out last year. Let's do it again. Devon Hamilton obviously is a starter, but I think the other defensive tackle, week 1, first down on defense, is not here yet.
Okay, that's interesting.
I think they're going to draft a guy.
Yeah.
So
and we know it's a fairly deep crop, but we'll see. I'm big Citrus. You know that. I don't know whether they're going to get to him or not. Let's do it that while Ryan O'Halloran is right here, and we'll just change subjects based on this.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
So Florida, Kentucky in the SEC tournament up in Nash Vegas. Third time they faced each other this year. 10-point lead for Florida. Boom. Basically erased with an 8-0 Kentucky run. So right now they're sitting, I want to say 20-18. I don't think it's changed. Anyway, that's where we are. Another tight contest between these two. Kentucky maybe felt like they caught a little something late against Florida with the game up in Lexington.
Well, if you would have watched, if you had the game on ESPN, which served as the Kentucky broadcasting system during that game, I mean, it was down to 10, and Carl Ravitch goes, they're right back in it.
Yeah.
And they were defending Mark Pope to the hilt. So, I mean, to me, this is a tricky spot for Florida because you feel you have the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Do you have to win out? Do you have to win out this week?
At least get to Sunday.
And when to me, last week in Lexington, it was one of those things where you're up 20. You take the foot off the gas.
Yeah.
So if it happens today, I think they keep the foot down and finish them off. But I mean, to me, if you're a Florida player, you're looking to get to Tampa next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Checking in, playing Friday.
Yeah, but I also think this team's a little different. I think they want it. They want to go 9 and out, which is what Golden's been saying all along.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 9 more games. Let's win 9 more games. And Kentucky's tired, man. It's very early.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even 10 minutes into that first half.
Yeah,
Kentucky's
they're
played
gonna
They
pull
played
away.
3 straight games, and they're playing a 1 p.m. tip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the only
that thing's going to change rapidly.
The only thing I'm saying is that it is a little different from, as we just described, the way they had it in Lexington. It was 51-34 at the half. It was all.
It still may be 51-34
Yeah,
at
it
the
might.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at the Arkansas game.
They started very slow against them.
Arkansas was up
Very true.
16-11. Next thing they're up 20. But
And Mississippi State did it as well.
Yep. So, I mean, I'm still going to pick them in the Final Four regardless of what happens this weekend.
Yeah. All right. Anything else that you got cooking?
Tomorrow's paper, 2 columns. One, sort of off the beaten path, went to the Bishop Kenny girls last night. They won a state title.
Congrats to them.
Freshman point guard, 5'4".
Yeah.
And so wrote about her, and she was a great kid to visit with. And then Sunday, we'll have something with Tommy Roy, who's producer of NBC Sports.
Been forever.
Then I'll have a Jaguars column for Monday, sort of recapping what they've done so far. And also something I asked Gladstone yesterday. You got 4 picks from 56 to 100. How's your need going to match up your board? And he said, we haven't painted ourselves into a corner yet. So I think that's an important declaration for fans to read about. So, and then we'll be around the golf tournament here next week.
Well,
or this week.
Yeah, orders from Smitter this week, right?
Go talk to John Rahm. He's not in the tournament. No, Josh, I joke. I will say Gary's like, you're the columnist. You can write whatever you want. So, but then I will be in Tampa next week with the Gators.
All right, that sounds good. We will look forward to that, Ryan. Thank you, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, check him out on X, Ryan O'Halloran, of course, Jacksonville.com, and the Florida Times Union. Let's take a look at that leaderboard and whether or not Rahm is on it. Coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Jacksonville's home for Florida Gators baseball.
Spring baseball is in full swing. The Gators and Gamecocks wrestle in the swamp all weekend. Friday and Saturday night, and Sunday at 1 on 1010 a.m.
The Players' Championship. Here's a 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard update.
Good afternoon, everyone. This report is brought to you by Kuhn Flowers, by Taco Lou, and by Sawgrass Asset Management. Now, there's nothing better than a Friday afternoon at the Players. And in fact, 55 years ago, Gary Player won the Greater Jacksonville Open. That was held at the Hidden Hills Golf Club. He won that in a playoff. There's no charge for that either. Xander Schauffele at 9 under par now, has taken a one-stroke lead over Cameron Young and over Corey Connors as they wrap up their first round. Schauffele now playing his final hole. Cameron Young is on 16 today, as is Corey Connors. They're 8 under and just a shot back. Sepp Straka now just 2 shots back. He's 2 under for the day, though. Sepp Straka 7 under par for the tournament. Lee Hodges in the clubhouse at 6 under par, shooting 71 today. Jacob Bridgman, 6 under, also in the clubhouse. He put a 70 on the board today. And Austin Smotherman, wrapping things up in his second round, is also at 6 under par. Jordan Spieth, 6 under for the day and 5 under for the tournament. A reminder that world number 1 Scottie Scheffler will tee off at 1:42 on the front side. You'll hear complete radio coverage all weekend long and all afternoon long with Max Fink here at 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio. Now back to XL Primetime with Joe Cowart and Matt Hayes.
One of the biggest events on the PGA Tour is right here in our backyard. How much do you know about the tournament? Rory McIlroy reigns supreme at TPC Sawgrass for the second time in his career, becoming the 8th player in Players' Championship history to win multiple times and joins an elite group with 2 Players' trophies and at least 1 major. Sawgrass Asset Management, specializing in high-quality growth stock and fixed income portfolios for institutional and high-net-worth investors. A Jacksonville company proud to be involved in the community.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Shoot your shot with PrizePicks and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5. That's right. PrizePicks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. PrizePicks makes every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. Don't miss this chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks, PrizePicks. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. It's just that simple. And now PrizePicks has early payouts. If your lineup is off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. At PrizePicks, how you play is up to you. You can choose flex play and get paid even if one of your picks misses, or power play for the biggest payouts. And all PrizePicks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use promo code 1010XL and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play 5 in lineups. That's promo code 1010XL to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5 in lineups. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
Be the first to discover the best new home community in beautiful Green Cove Springs. Highland Trail, where the rhythm of life slows down. Enjoy green spaces, luxury pools, pickleball courts, winding trails, and more at livehighlandtrail.com. Choose from 3 premium builders, just starting in the 300s.
Oh, at Highland Trail.
Did you know your roof ages from the inside out? By the time you see a leak, damage already exists beneath the shingles. Sun exposure, humidity, and seasonal storms slowly weaken roofing materials over time. If your roof is 15 years old or more, then now's the time to start planning, not reacting. At Endless Summer Roofing, we provide professional inspections and clear guidance so you can make informed decisions. Visit EndlessSummerRoofing.com to schedule a free inspection. Endless Summer Roofing, protecting your home from Florida's endless summer.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and if you think Closets by Design is just closets, you've got to see their brand new showroom at Phillips & Emerson. It's amazing what they can do. See for yourself how they custom design organization for any space. Garages, laundry rooms, bedrooms, even the man cave. It's all about smart storage that fits your lifestyle and budget. Schedule an appointment to meet with a design consultant and tour the showroom for ideas you can see and touch. Start at closetsbydesign.com.
If you've ever sat in a dealership waiting room, you know the coffee's cold, the magazines are old, and your oil change takes forever. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, it's completely different. No appointment, no waiting room. You stay in your car, and the techs get it done in 15 minutes. That's why Valvoline holds a 4.7 national rating, and Forbes named them #1 quick lube in America for customer service. Don't waste your day at a dealership. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Quick, easy, done.
Homeowners, you taking a look at your lawn yet? Let me guess, you're looking at your lawn wondering what to do after a historically cold season. Well, if you want your lawn to bounce back quick, you gotta call topdressing.com. Nobody else can do what they do. Their proprietary process. I've never seen anything like it, and neither will your neighbors. They will have your lawn looking like a golf course. Nobody else can do it. They're no secret now, so get ahead of it. Call for a free estimate. Be the envy of your neighbors. Top dress your lawn like the pros with topdressing.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is 9. 9 in a row. That's what Todd Golden wants out of his boys. 9. Doesn't want to say, hey, let's not worry about the SEC tournament because we've got a 1 or 2 locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just get to the tournament and see if we can defend our national championship. No, he wants 9 in a row.
Yeah.
He wants to win the last 9 games, which I believe would put them at a 22-game win streak at the end of the season, right? Aren't they at 13 right now?
Yeah, that sounds right.
They're close to that. It'll be something close to that, which is kind of how they finished last year. They got hot last year, too. So, yeah, I mean, that's it's starting now. They're up 26-20 with 7 to go in the first half there in Nashville in the quarterfinal game against Kentucky. They're trying to beat Kentucky for 3 times in one season, for only the 2nd time in school history and only the 4th time for anyone against Kentucky in the history of the program.
I feel like what you're seeing, just as far as the way he has been able to adapt and adjust, we love using those 2 phrases, kind of like some of the sayings that you got, and he has been able to turn up the wick. He's coaching differently. I like what you just said, that, that 9 in a row, all that type of stuff. So that puts you in a position where you got that new goal, that new mindset, that new, okay, this is my next mountain to climb. Who does that remind you of?
Saban.
Yeah, Nicholas. And so that type of coach with that type of attitude, Todd Golden looks like he'll back alley street fight you. He's a skinny lad, but he still looks like he'll get his licks in.
I mean, he's a cross country runner.
Yeah,
is what he is.
He is. And he tries to grow a goatee every once in a while and look tough, and it doesn't work. But at the same time, he is a kick-ass coach that's got a ton of confidence, and he's got guys playing as good as you've seen Florida play down the stretch, or maybe any other basketball team down the stretch, and he's playing a different style of basketball. They're still tempo, but they're not stopping and popping. They're working in the paint. And if they average, I think it's 40-some points in the paint, that's a hell of a thing. Listen, right here at the 1010XL tent, we have got bro hugging going on. This is what happens Friday at the Players. Guys meet up, they haven't seen each other in a while, and the next thing, just big bro hugs going on here at the 1010XL tent. I love it.
Crondo, the biggest bro of all.
Yeah,
of course.
but I love it. That's what. And Cookie, this is what brings people together, man. Being out here Friday at the Players. So, all right. So we got to look at the leaderboard coming up here before we are done, and then shake it out. But
let me just say this real quick.
Yeah.
Florida's up 8. Kentucky had a break. They're going in for it looked like a breakaway dunk. And Condon just literally stuffed it. Literally denied it.
Alex Condon he's athletic for a big man. What is he, 6'10", 6'11", and can get down the floor pretty quick and position himself well for those blocks. Now, hand locking is just a big tree tall son of a gun, but Condon can move and he can get in the face and get the basketball over the body and avoid at least getting in foul trouble too often.
They've got they might have 3 number 1 first round picks, not number 1 first round picks in this draft. 1 lottery for sure in Hawk.
Yeah,
but Condon's going in the first round and Boogie Flane's going in the first round too. They could have 3.
Mm-hmm.
Which is again impressive.
Yeah, it's awesome. It is awesome. All right, we're getting ready to close ours out. We did have a few more folks that qualified for the Ultra hookup from Michelob Ultra and XL Primetime. We'll draw the winners and make sure that I get in touch with you and let you know that you are headed out for a little Ultra hospitality this weekend here at the Players Championship. So thanks to Michelob Ultra and XLP. We will be drawing winners a little bit later on and get in touch with you.
Yeah.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is giving away free beer again this year for the Madness Tournament. You can enter the bracket challenge at 1010XL.com right now. Monday morning, you can make your picks. Then when the tourney starts Thursday, print your bracket out, and bring it into any Mr. Chubby's Wings location during the games. Every game you pick right, you get a free Budweiser, and the Bracket Challenge winner gets 2 tickets to Welcome to Rockville on Saturday. See Mr. Chubby's Wings Facebook for full contest details.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Pickett here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting!
March is coming in like a lion at Best Bet, and Clockwork Cash Out is back with a vengeance at all locations. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in March, from 6 p.m. till midnight, $500 will be given away every 30 minutes while playing the table games. The excitement is roaring at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. For more details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Hey, Hicken here, and I want to tell you about Beach's Dermatology and my doctor, Dr. Metz. I've been going to Dr. Metz for, I don't know how many years, decades. I got the scars to prove it. Listen, Jets, I love the beach. I love to play golf. I love Florida. I love to go to my kids' games in the hot sun all weekend long. Summer's basically here, and the sun will be shining. Don't forget your sunscreen. Trust me on this. You need to go get checked out today. It's more important than you think. Give Beach's Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
All right, little update from the quarterfinals in Nashville at the Bridgestone Arena. Florida got it up to 13 with about 4 to play. It's now 11. They're bigger, they're longer, they're more athletic. And Kentucky's tired, and they will pull away, and it'll get worse in the second half. They get every offensive rebound. At one point, Hanlogden took a miss, a 3-point miss, a long 3-point miss from Klapshar, and way back, grabbed it off the rim, threw it down. Kentucky has no answers, none.
Yeah, so not only you got
Hanlockton, the Boogie 3 was also pretty dang good, too.
Yeah.
And so that's what's happening right now.
The Boogie 3 got it to 13, then Kentucky closed it to 11. So.
Yeah. And so at the very least, a little back and forth, which is what you expect. But like you said, trying to keep it going, playing with a little extra rest, playing on Friday, and then kind of getting it going. Good game last night between Ole Miss and Georgia. You had a handful of other ones, surprises. So we'll see where it goes from here. But right now, that's what you're talking about, is trying to figure out whether or not they can keep that energy up. That ain't easy.
Right. Plus, if they win this tournament, it doesn't matter when they win or not, but you win this tournament, you get a Friday start in Tampa,
right,
which is important. So you get that extra day of rest, and you go from there, man. So they have this thing set up for them right now to make another run.
The way the SEC set it up as well.
Well, yeah, that's because that's the tournament. The way they do the tournament now, where you get double buys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they won the conference, so they got the double bye.
Yeah, and so you're looking at what has to happen for them not, other than the obvious, losing today.
Right. It's just, I think structurally, it is set up for them to at least get to the round of 16. I mean, you could lose to an 8 seed in the second game of the first, whatever you call it, the first or second round, whatever they call it now. I guess they call it now technically the second round.
Yeah,
you could lose to an 8 seed, of course you could, but I mean, it's set up for them to get to the second weekend where you win 2 games and you're back in the Final Four.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm looking to see if there's any other big scores. JJ, I know you've been keeping an eye on it as well. Any other from any of these other tournament
Corey
games?
Connor. Oh, you're talking about basketball.
Yeah, I was just curious if you saw any other ones that are going on live right now.
No.
All right, give me Corey Connors then.
Corey Connors had a 6-footer for Eagle to take the overall lead by himself. That would have taken him to 10 under. He missed, but he did make the birdie, so he is tied for the lead at 9. And Xander right now on his last hole has a very good opportunity for birdie coming up here. So he's probably going to be the leader in the clubhouse at 10 under. Rory is on his last hole, and I think he needs to birdie this to make the cut. He's at +2. I think the cut line's +1. But he has, it's at +2. So he's probably going to make it. He has an eagle putt coming up anyway. So Rory barely makes the cut.
So Xander and Corey both 6 under today, a hole apart just as far as finishing up. Cameron Young 4 under today.
Oh, he's been fantastic. He just hit a great one on 17. And a lot of the big names in these second groups, like the second half of the day, have just teed off. Oberg on his first hole put the ball within 2 feet for birdie.
See what I'm saying?
And guess what? Scotty on his first hole hit it far right again.
Oh, wow.
Off
really?
the tee. He is absolutely just terrible off the tee so far.
Yeah, that
he's
blows
on
my
the
mind
green,
a little
but
bit.
yeah, he's struggling.
All right, let's say hello to Helmets and Heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Taylor Dahl joins us now. I can talk, right?
Yeah, I'm changing my name like Travis.
Right.
Anyway, you got Helmets and Heels getting ready to roll. You've been out and about. You've been checking everybody out today.
I have, and I had a really good hot dog.
Yeah. From the which one?
It was actually from Four Rivers Barbecue, so
okay.
all beef hot dog from there, and it was delicious.
She's
literally can eat anything she wants.
Yeah.
Anything.
That's what JJ maintains.
I know. He said I was a fat boy the other day. I heard you, JJ.
And a foodie.
All right, what's happening?
I mean, a hot dog. Wow.
You wouldn't believe what she's running around here with. I mean, literally anything she wants.
Yeah. All right, what's cooking?
Yeah, so we will get into some of the stuff James Gladstone said in his presser yesterday. Some interesting stuff coming out of that, including obviously the big one with BTJ and Max Crosby and some of those things that were floating around for a while. And also just the note to me that stuck out probably the most was him talking about, wanting to, those comp picks being important and not wanting to spend a lot in free agency because you want those comp picks. Interesting to me because, and we'll share some of our thoughts on that. So a lot of that, I know Lauren's going to be locked into this Florida-Kentucky basketball game at the same time. But, a lot of that and some golf, too.
Yeah.
My golfers started really hot yesterday. Still decent, but not as well. I had Fleetwood, Oberg, and then Nicola, however you say his last name.
Rasmussen?
Nikolai Højgaard.
Yeah, Højgaard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And look, if you bet on Tommy Fleetwood, just bet on him one day.
Yeah.
18 holes.
Only
That's
Thursday,
it.
and I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
All
he
right,
just
Taylor,
teed off, so he the way he was playing yesterday, I could see him being in the lead at the end of the day. Yeah.
And it kind of goes back to what we said before. These big stars,
these late, if they get to 7 o'clock and they're rolling in putts, it could be for 11 under, 12 under,
Let's
something
go.
like that. All right, Taylor, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, they've got it for the next couple of hours. Then you got the Frangie Show, Into the Night with Rick Ballou, Hacker. We got all sorts of program right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM to enjoy, to keep up with everything here. Matt, you are on the road early next week.
Yeah, I'll be in Waco and Austin next week.
So, and you're going to be talking to who?
DJ Lagway and Steve Sarkeesian.
Whoa!
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. So check all that out. USA Today Sports. We had a great time thanks to Florida Home AC. A Florida Home AC Friday right here on the Superstation. And we will draw the winners for the Ultra Deck tickets and get in touch with them a little bit later on. I love when they get in their cups. I love it. I love
Boys
it.
are in their cups, boy.
We are done. We hand it off to Helmets and Heels, Joe C., Matty Hayes, and JJ.
XL Primetime. Driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service.